I used to think aging was just something we couldn't control, until I discovered a few simple morning habits that completely shifted the way I feel. These aren't just any tips. They're habits I've personally tried, and they've made me feel more energized, focused, and, yes, younger. If you've ever wondered how to turn back the clock, even just a little, this is for you. The number one thing I changed in my mornings. I'll be honest with you, when I first started paying attention to my morning routine, I wasn't expecting much. I thought, I'm already doing what I can. What difference could a few small changes really make? But as it turns out, everything. One morning, after a night of tossing and turning, I woke up feeling sluggish and achy. My joints stiff, my skin dull. I stared at myself in the mirror, and for the first time, I realized I couldn't just blame it on bad sleep or just getting older. I needed to take charge of my mornings if I wanted to feel truly vibrant again. So I decided to make one change. It wasn't anything complicated or expensive. It didn't involve fancy equipment or some impossible routine. It was as simple as getting outside first thing in the morning. Now, hear me out. I know we've all heard about the benefits of fresh air, but my doctor explained something I hadn't really considered before. The first 30 minutes after we wake up, our bodies are highly responsive to light. That's when our circadian rhythms, our internal clocks, are resetting. Getting sunlight into my eyes and on my skin, even for just 10-15 minutes, helps my body produce cortisol in a healthy way, boosting my energy levels naturally. It also triggers the production of serotonin, the feel-good hormone, which not only improves mood but also supports deep sleep later that night. It's like I was setting the tone for the entire day, telling my body, it's time to wake up and thrive. At first I thought, I don't have time for a walk in the morning, or I'll just open the window and let the light in. But let me tell you, actually stepping outside, feeling the morning air on my face, listening to the birds, even taking a few deep breaths, changed everything. I noticed within the first week that I was waking up more refreshed. My energy levels, instead of crashing by mid-morning, stayed steady until lunchtime. My joints didn't ache as much, and my skin even looked a little brighter, with less of that dull, tired look I'd come to accept. There's a magic to being outside in the morning, no matter how old we are. It's a chance to connect with nature, to move our bodies even a little, and to breathe deeply. And it doesn't have to be complicated. For me, I started with just 5 minutes of standing on the porch with my coffee. Then I added a short stroll around the garden. Eventually, it turned into a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood. The key is consistency. My doctor told me that even 5-10 minutes of morning sunlight is enough to make a difference. It helps regulate melatonin production, which means better sleep at night. And better sleep is one of the most powerful anti-aging tools we have. I also noticed my mood lifting. Instead of feeling grumpy or overwhelmed with the day's to-do list, I felt a sense of calm and focus. That morning light told my brain, you've got this. It's a new day. It wasn't just about the light, though. Being outside, moving even a little, reminded me that aging doesn't mean slowing down completely. It's about finding small, manageable ways to stay active and engaged. I wasn't training for a marathon. I was simply taking ownership of my mornings. After a month of this simple habit, I went back to my doctor, and she immediately noticed the difference. You look brighter, she said. You're moving more easily and your energy is better. What have you been doing? And I told her it wasn't some expensive supplement or fancy treatment. It was just a commitment to getting outside every morning, to greet the day with a little sunlight, a little movement, and a lot of intention. Of course, I still have busy mornings when I can't do a full walk. But even on those days, I make sure to at least stand outside for a few minutes, take some deep breaths, and let the light hit my skin. It's a habit that feels almost too simple to be this effective, but it is. So if you're wondering where to start with reversing aging, my honest advice is this. Start with your mornings. Step outside, feel the sunlight, take a few deep breaths. It costs nothing. It takes just a few minutes, and it sets the stage for the rest of your day and your life. Trust me, if I can do it, you can too. And the difference you'll feel, physically, mentally, emotionally, will make you wonder why you didn't start sooner. Hydration secrets. More than just drinking water. I used to think that starting my day with a glass of water was enough, that as long as I was drinking water, I was doing fine. But then one morning, while sipping my usual plain water, I remembered something my doctor once mentioned in passing. It's not just about drinking water. It's about how and what you hydrate with that really matters, especially as we age. That got me thinking. For years, I had underestimated the power of hydration. Sure, I knew water was essential, but I didn't realize that the way I was, hydrating could actually make me feel older or younger. So I decided to change the way I approached my morning hydration. Instead of mindlessly drinking a glass of water, I made it into a ritual, one that not only quenched my thirst, but also nourished my body in a way that felt deeply restorative. Here's what I discovered. When we wake up, our bodies are in a mild state of dehydration. During sleep, we lose water through breathing and even through our skin. That's why we often feel a little groggy or foggy first thing in the morning. I used to think coffee was the answer, but I learned that starting with coffee actually worsens dehydration and spikes cortisol in a way that can make us feel jittery and stressed. So instead of reaching for my coffee, I began my mornings with a tall glass of warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon. The lemon not only adds a refreshing flavor, but also provides a gentle dose of vitamin C, which supports collagen production and skin health. More importantly, the warm water helps to gently wake up my digestive system, preparing it for the day ahead. But I didn't stop there. My doctor suggested adding a pinch of high-quality sea salt to the water, just a pinch. This step blew my mind. The salt contains essential electrolytes like sodium, magnesium, and potassium, which help the body absorb and retain water more effectively. Without these electrolytes, I was just flushing water through my system without really hydrating my cells. I'll admit, I was skeptical at first. Wouldn't adding salt to water make me more thirsty? But after trying it for a few days, I noticed something amazing. My morning brain fog started to lift. I felt more alert, and my skin, particularly around my eyes and cheeks, looked more hydrated and plump. My joints didn't ache as much, and I found myself feeling less hungry mid-morning. Hydrating this way felt like I was giving my body a gift, a signal that I cared enough to start the day with true nourishment. But I didn't stop there. Once I felt comfortable with this new ritual, I experimented with adding aloe vera juice to my water. Aloe vera isn't just for sunburns. It contains plant compounds that support gut health and hydration from the inside out. Just a tablespoon of high-quality aloe juice mixed into my morning water added a layer of hydration I didn't know I was missing. The beauty of this hydration habit is how customizable it can be. Some mornings, I add a dash of apple cider vinegar for digestive support. Other mornings, I infuse my water with cucumber slices or a sprig of mint for extra refreshment. The key is to make it enjoyable and nourishing, something I look forward to, not a chore. And here's another hydration tip my doctor shared. Don't chug your water all at once. I used to gulp down a big glass of water in the morning, thinking I was being healthy. But gulping too quickly can overwhelm your kidneys and lead to rapid elimination of water, which doesn't hydrate as effectively. Now, I sip my water slowly, over 15-20 minutes while I do my morning routine. Sometimes I even prepare my hydration mix the night before so it's ready and waiting for me when I wake up. It feels luxurious, like I'm treating myself to a mini spa moment right at home. The results have been undeniable. My skin looks brighter and less prone to dryness, especially during the colder months. I feel more focused and energized without relying on as much coffee. And perhaps most importantly, my digestion has improved, a benefit I hadn't even anticipated. One thing I want to emphasize is that hydration isn't just about the water. It's about the electrolyte balance, the timing, and the gentle, consistent approach. As we age, our bodies don't retain water as efficiently, which can lead to everything from wrinkles to joint discomfort to fatigue. By hydrating intentionally first thing in the morning, I'm giving my body the tools it needs to thrive, not just survive. And let's not forget about the mental and emotional benefits. Taking those few minutes to prepare and sip my hydration mix gives me a moment of calm, a chance to check in with myself before the rush of the day begins. It's a form of self-care that doesn't cost much, but pays huge dividends in how I feel, inside and out. So if you're looking for a simple, powerful way to reverse some of the signs of aging, start with how you hydrate. Make it a ritual. Add a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of sea salt, or a splash of aloe vera juice. Sip it slowly. Feel it nourishing your cells and waking up your body. You'll be amazed at how much more vibrant, clear-headed, and energized you feel. All from a simple glass of water done right. The energy-boosting ritual I never skip. If you had told me a few years ago that a simple morning ritual could shift my energy so dramatically, I probably would have rolled my eyes and said, "Sure, I'll believe it when I see it." But I'm here to tell you, it's true. This isn't some trendy trick or complicated regimen. It's a simple, powerful practice that wakes up my body, clears my mind, and makes me feel more alive than I have in years. I call it my energy-boosting ritual, and it's something I now refuse to skip no matter how busy my day gets. Here's how it started. One morning after my hydration routine, I realized I still felt sluggish. I'd had my lemon water, done my little stretch, but something was missing. I felt like my body was still asleep while my mind was already racing with the day's to-do list. So I sat down with my doctor and asked, what can I do to wake up my body without relying on caffeine or sugar? That's when she introduced me to a simple yet powerful morning practice. Intentional movement combined with deep breathing. Not a full workout or an intense cardio session, just a short, focused ritual designed to stimulate circulation, oxygenate the body, and get energy flowing from head to toe. At first I thought, this sounds too easy to work. But I decided to give it a try. Here's what I do every morning now. Before I even think about checking my phone or diving into emails, I set aside 5 to 10 minutes for intentional movement. Sometimes it's a series of gentle stretches, like reaching my arms overhead, twisting side to side, rolling my shoulders and bending forward to touch my toes. Other times I'll do a few rounds of dynamic movements, like stepping in place, swinging my arms, or doing gentle lunges. But the real magic happens when I combine these movements with deep, controlled breathing. I take slow, deliberate inhales through my nose, expanding my belly and filling my lungs. Then I exhale fully through my mouth, imagining all the stale air and tension leaving my body. I repeat this for a few rounds, usually 5 deep breaths per movement. The combination of movement and breath is what makes this ritual so powerful. It oxygenates my blood, delivers fresh energy to my brain, and tells my body, it's time to wake up and get moving. I remember one particular morning when I was feeling especially drained. I almost skipped the ritual, thinking, I'm too tired for this today. But something told me to just try. So I stood up, raised my arms overhead, took a deep breath, and slowly stretched side to side. I felt an almost immediate shift, like my body was saying, thank you for remembering me. Within minutes, my energy lifted. My heart rate increased just enough to feel awake, but not so much that I felt out of breath or stressed. My muscles warmed up, my joints loosened, and my mind cleared. I felt ready to face the day, not with caffeine-fueled jitters, but with genuine, grounded energy. Now, this ritual has become my anchor every morning. It's not about burning calories or building muscle. It's about stimulating the body's natural energy systems. My doctor explained that as we age, our circulation tends to slow down, and our cells don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need as efficiently. This can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and that dragging feeling we all know too well. But with this simple practice, just 5 to 10 minutes of movement and breath work, I'm giving my body a head start. I'm improving circulation, boosting lymphatic flow, and gently waking up my muscles and joints. And the best part? I feel empowered. I'm not waiting for coffee or breakfast to wake me up. I'm taking control of my energy from the moment I rise. I've even started to add small variations to keep it interesting. Some mornings, I'll put on my favorite upbeat music and move in rhythm to the beat. Other times, I'll take my ritual outside, combining it with my sunlight exposure for a double boost. On days when I feel stiff, I'll focus more on stretching and breathing. On days when I feel restless, I'll do a few gentle yoga poses or Tai Chi movements. The flexibility of this ritual is what makes it sustainable. It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like a gift I give myself each morning, and I've noticed the ripple effects throughout the day. My digestion feels smoother. My posture improves. I'm less likely to slump over my desk or feel achy by mid-afternoon. My mental clarity sharpens, and my mood lifts. Even my skin looks healthier, glowing, from the inside out. One morning, my neighbor saw me outside doing my gentle stretches and asked, "What's your secret? You always look so energized in the morning." I smiled and said, "It's just 10 minutes of movement and breathing. That's all. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But that's the beauty of it. We don't need fancy gym memberships or complicated routines. All we need is the willingness to move, breathe, and wake up our bodies with intention. So if you're feeling tired, sluggish, or stuck in a morning rut, I encourage you to try this ritual. Start with just a few minutes. Reach your arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch side to side, march in place. Pair each movement with a slow inhale and a full exhale. Feel the oxygen filling your lungs, the blood circulating through your body, the tension melting away. You'll be amazed at how energized, focused, and young you feel without needing a drop of coffee or a single supplement. How I supercharge my mind. Every morning, I'll be honest, there was a time in my life when I woke up feeling foggy, distracted, and overwhelmed. I'd shuffle through the kitchen, sip my water, glance at my phone, and almost instantly, my mind would start racing. What do I need to do today? What's waiting in my inbox? Did I forget something yesterday? And before I knew it, I was caught in a spiral of stress before the day had even begun. I didn't like how that felt. I realized that if I wanted to reverse aging, it wasn't just about physical health. It was about mental clarity, focus, and resilience. After all, our minds play a huge role in how we feel and how we age. That's when I decided to create a morning ritual specifically designed to supercharge my mind. At first, I thought it would mean doing something complicated, like a full meditation session or journaling for an hour. But it turned out that the most powerful practices are the simplest ones. Here's what I do every morning now, and why it's been a total game changer. The first thing I do, even before checking my phone, is to practice gratitude. I sit quietly for just a minute, sometimes with my hands resting on my lap, sometimes with my eyes closed, and I focus on 3 things I'm grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be something as simple as, I'm grateful for the sunlight this morning, or I'm grateful my body feels strong today, or I'm grateful for the cup of tea I'm about to enjoy. This simple practice shifts my brain from a state of stress and scarcity to one of abundance and positivity. My doctor once told me that gratitude literally rewires the brain, increasing dopamine and serotonin levels, which boost mood and cognitive function. And I've felt it. The more I practice gratitude, the more centered and focused I feel throughout the day. After gratitude, I move into mental clarity exercises. For me, this usually means a few minutes of mindful breathing. I close my eyes, take a deep inhale through my nose, and exhale slowly through my mouth. With each breath, I imagine clearing the mental clutter, letting go of worries, tasks, and distractions. I picture my mind as a clear sky with thoughts drifting by like clouds. Sometimes I'll repeat a simple mantra, like, I am calm and focused, or today is a fresh start. This helps ground me in the present moment and sets a powerful intention for the day. You might be wondering, why does this matter for aging? Well, stress and chronic mental clutter accelerate aging. They increase cortisol levels, disrupt sleep, impair digestion, and even contribute to inflammation, the root cause of many age-related diseases. By practicing gratitude and mindful breathing, I'm essentially giving my brain a reset every morning. But I don't stop there. Once my mind feels clear and centered, I like to engage my brain with something stimulating. For me, that's usually reading a few pages of a book, something inspiring, thought-provoking, or educational. Sometimes it's a biography of someone I admire, a chapter from a personal growth book, or even a poem. The key is to choose something that sparks curiosity and creativity. I keep a few books by my bed or in the kitchen, so it's easy to grab. One in the morning. Even just 5 minutes of reading helps my brain feel more awake and inspired. It's like giving my mind a little workout to start the day. If reading isn't your thing, you could try listening to a short podcast, an audiobook, or even a guided meditation. The idea is to feed your brain with positive, uplifting content, something that makes you feel excited about the day ahead. I also keep a small notebook nearby to jot down ideas or intentions. I don't force myself to write pages of thoughts. But if something comes to mind, a goal for the day, a creative idea, or a reminder, I'll quickly note it down. This clears space in my mind and helps me stay organized and focused. One thing I've noticed is how this mental ritual affects the rest of my day. I'm less reactive to stress, more patient with others, and more creative in solving problems. It's as if I've given my brain permission to be calm and clear instead of frazzled and scattered. I remember one morning in particular when I was running late. I felt the old habits creeping in, stress, frustration, rushing. But I paused, took a deep breath, and reminded myself of my gratitude and clarity practice. Instead of spiraling into anxiety, I approached the day with a sense of calm focus. And guess what? Everything got done, and I felt great doing it. This morning ritual has also improved my sleep. When my mind starts the day in a clear, calm state, it's easier to wind down at night. I've found that my sleep is deeper, my dreams are more vivid, and I wake up feeling more refreshed. And the best part? This ritual doesn't take long. In total, it's maybe 10-15 minutes. But those few minutes have a ripple effect that transforms my entire day. I'm more present, more focused, and more resilient to stress. So if you're looking to supercharge your mind and give your brain the love it deserves, I encourage you to try this simple ritual. Start with gratitude. Practice a few minutes of mindful breathing. Read or listen to something inspiring. Jot down ideas or intentions. Trust me, it's a small investment of time with a huge payoff. You'll feel sharper, calmer, and more energized. And that, my friend, is one of the best anti-aging secrets I've discovered. The ultimate skin-reviving morning habit. I'll never forget the morning I looked in the mirror and thought, wow, my skin looks so tired and so do I. It wasn't just about a few fine lines or dark circles. My skin looked dull, lifeless, and frankly, older than I felt inside. That moment became a wake-up call for me. I realized that if I wanted to feel youthful and energized, I needed to take better care of my skin, starting from the inside out and from the moment I woke up. Now you might be thinking, isn't skincare just about fancy creams and serums? That's what I used to believe too. But over time, I discovered something that transformed not only my skin, but also how I feel every morning. It's what I call my ultimate skin-reviving morning habit. And it's one of the best-kept secrets to aging gracefully and vibrantly. Let me take you through it, step by step. It all started when my dermatologist told me, "Your skin reflects your internal health, hydration, and stress levels." That stuck with me. So instead of focusing solely on what I put on my skin, I started to think about what I was doing to nourish it from within. Every morning now, I begin with deep hydration, not just a quick glass of water, but a deliberate ritual of replenishing moisture. I drink a large glass of filtered water, sometimes with a squeeze of fresh lemon for an extra burst of vitamin C. This doesn't just wake up my digestive system. It infuses my body with the hydration my skin craves. I can literally feel my cells plumping up from the inside, giving me that natural, dewy glow. But here's where the magic really happens. After hydrating, I move into what I call the skin wake-up massage. This isn't complicated, and you don't need fancy tools, just your fingertips and a bit of your favorite facial oil or moisturizer. I start by warming a small amount of oil between my palms, something gentle and nourishing, like jojoba or rosehip oil. Then, using light pressure, I massage my face in upward, circular motions. I focus on areas where tension tends to build, like my jawline, cheekbones, forehead, and temples. This massage isn't just about spreading product, it's about stimulating circulation and lymphatic drainage. As I glide my fingers over my skin, I imagine all the puffiness, toxins, and stagnation melting away. I visualize fresh, oxygenated blood flowing to every cell, delivering nutrients and reviving my complexion. Pay special attention to the under-eye area, gently tapping with my ring fingers to reduce puffiness and dark circles. I also massage my neck and décolletage because healthy skin isn't just about the face. You wouldn't believe the difference this makes. After just a few minutes, my skin feels lifted, refreshed, and awake. It's like giving my face a mini spa treatment right at home. Plus, the act of massaging helps relieve stress and tension, both of which contribute to premature aging. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about skincare products? Don't worry, I haven't forgotten them. Once my skin is awake and glowing from the massage, I apply a lightweight, antioxidant-rich serum. I love using a vitamin C serum in the morning because it brightens the complexion, protects against environmental damage, and boosts collagen production. It's like giving my skin a protective shield for the day ahead. Then, I seal in the hydration with a good moisturizer, making sure to choose one that supports my skin barrier and keeps moisture locked in. And here's a step I never skip: sunscreen. Even if I'm staying indoors, I apply a broad-spectrum SPF to shield my skin from UV rays and prevent further aging. But you know what the real secret is? It's not just about products. It's about consistency. By repeating this ritual every single morning, I've noticed a profound difference in my skin's texture, tone, and elasticity. My complexion is brighter, my fine lines appear softer, and my skin feels firmer and more youthful. And it's not just about how I look. This habit makes me feel confident and cared for. It's a moment in the morning when I say to myself, "You deserve to be nourished and loved." That mindset shift is powerful. It sets the tone for the entire day, not just for my skin, but for how I carry myself in the world. I've also found ways to enhance the ritual on special mornings. For example, sometimes I'll use a chilled jade roller or gua sha tool for an extra boost of circulation and lymphatic drainage. Other times, I'll light a candle, play soft music, and turn it into a full-blown self-care moment. These little touches make the experience feel luxurious, even if it only takes 10-15 minutes. And the best part? The effects aren't just short-term. Over time, this morning habit has helped me maintain healthy, youthful skin that truly reflects how I feel inside. Friends and family have even commented on how radiant I look, asking me, "What's your secret?" I just smile and say, "It's my morning ritual. It makes all the difference." So, if you're looking to reverse the visible signs of aging and give your skin the love it deserves, I encourage you to try this simple yet powerful habit. Start with deep hydration. Gently massage your face to boost circulation and lymphatic flow. Apply antioxidant-rich serum and a good moisturizer. Finish with sunscreen for essential protection. Trust me, it's not about chasing perfection. It's about showing up for yourself every morning, nourishing your skin from within and without, and embracing the glow that comes from feeling vibrant, youthful, and alive.